Really quick before the video starts, a quick update on the hoodies. The Slayer one was by far the most requested, so that is out now on piphoodies.com. Okay, now to the video. I'm dead. That is the worst timing. I'm dead. I'm dead. My E didn't go off. I'm dead. Oh, there goes the bill. Good fight to Danny. On my first attempt of this challenge, I got just over 10% of the way to completing the wilderness. I did lose 1 billion GP, which sucked, but honestly, I was more embarrassed about only getting 7 out of 62 items from the wilderness. I know I can do better than that, and I know, despite what a lot of you probably think, I think this challenge is actually possible. In fact, this is what I said right after I died. I'm not quitting. I'm gonna try again. I immediately went to the Grand Exchange, sold my T-bow, took out my max cape and 1 bill cash, and within 10 minutes, I was back in the wilderness, risking 1 bill, right back where I started. And I'm glad I did, because this is how the run started out. Oh, dude. Oh my god. Okay, this run is blessed. I'm not even mad anymore. Oh my god, this is the run. I'm gonna fast forward a lot of this because it's the same exact stuff that I did in episode 1. The plan is to rush Scorpia, so I went to Revenants to get some armor and 150k cash so I could do agility. The only thing I did differently this time is instead of going to Calvarion to get Sanfus for anti-poisons, I just killed these rogues for irrits. And after about 3 hours, I had enough for 6 super anti-poisons, which was enough for now. Then I got a bunch of loot from the agility course. Didn't die this time, so I got to alch it all and buy a ton of runes for Scorpia. Okay, we are finally fully back to where we were before we died. I have 2,000 barrage casts, which is one of the 2 things we need for Scorpia. The other is anti-poisons, which will come from these irrits. Before I go to Scorpia, I might die, so I want this run to be better than the last one. I'm still at 7 out of 62 unlocks. I got all of the same unlocks as the first run, and if I die at 7 again at Scorpia, I would be really sad. So, plus this is going to be extremely useful for Scorpia and the rest of the challenge. Come here, Collodion. Before we get into the deep, dark depths of multi in Scorpia, we are going to go get our Mage Arena 2 cape, which is also in multi, but this is not nearly as dangerous. I don't really know anyone that dies doing Mage Arena 2, like the boss part. People PK in the arena, but they don't really PK around multi, just wherever the bosses spawn. More importantly, this cape and the staff that I just bought are on the board. They're kind of freebies, but I wanted to fill the board out with some easy to get stuff because there's also pets on there that are going to take hundreds of hours. So we're at 9 out of 62 now, which means we have officially beaten our first run. Signs are looking up for this run. I swear this run is so lucky and blessed. Okay, the demon is killed. A little bit harder than I thought. We used all of our food, but an important part of the wilderness is knowing which spots you're going to get PK'd at. I have like no food right now, but I feel pretty completely safe and fine because who the hell is going to be at this random spot? There's nothing here, like there's no reason for anyone to be here, so I'm risking 1 bill, but my chances of dying are basically 0. This cape is on the board, bringing us up to 10 out of 62, but it's one of the few things on the board that I'm actually going to use, and probably for the whole entire challenge. To do this challenge, I need to be able to freeze people so that they can't attack me, so I'm able to log out and escape. So my magic attack bonus is the most important stat. And luckily for me, this cape is the best in slot magic attack cape. And even luckier for me, the place I'm going next, Scorpia, is going to really help out with that. That's why I'm even rushing it in the first place. I need to go get my irrits out of my bag, so while I do that, let's look at the drop table. Scorpia has 3 unique drops that are on the board, but only one of them is useful to me. I'm really not going there to fill out the board at the current moment. I really just want to look at the regular drop table. This thing is so good for me. It's got a ton of magic attack stuff like the Mystic Earth Staff, Mystic Top, Mystic Bottom, and it has a Dragon Scimitar, which I was excited about, but I already have one, so I don't need to get that. This boss is the key to upgrading my gear and surviving. The only problem is it is in the deepest, most dangerous part of the wilderness. Deep into multi, where I don't have such a good history, and this time I'm risking 1 billion GP, so pressure's on. Okay, I have my irrits and I'm going to go make my vials of water. This is how I'm going to have to make potions for the whole series. I have to empty out something to get a vial. Then I have to switch to the lunar spellbook and go all the way deep into multi. This is really the only scary part, and no one's here. And unless I want to go get astral runes, I have to come to the Fountain of Rune to cast Humidify, and we have vials of water. And now we can make our potions. We just need our secondary, which I will go get in a second. God bless whoever thought of the idea of these black unicorns, because They can give me unicorn horns so I can get anti-poisons. And since I have the max cape, I can make use of probably the worst skill cape perk. The herblore cape, I think it is, gives you a pestle and mortar just at any time, which is super useless, but for me it's not. That actually wasn't too bad. It was pretty quick. Let's teleport to our house. Decant these. We should have 6 super anti-poisons, which should be everything we need for Scorpia. That is really painful. I just emptied that. All right, well, we have 5.5 super anti-poisons. Okay, I think I have my inventory all set up. It's time to go into the deep, deep wilderness. Let's switch to Ancients. I'm going to be barraging Scorpia for damage, not just to freeze him. Maybe I'll switch to Blitz. What's our mage bonus? 27. I think we should basically hit every time because his mage defense is so low. Okay, let's go into the deep wilderness. Oh my god. Why am I doing this? I'm risking 1 billion GP at Scorpia. If I get found by a team, I'm just dead. I'm going to camp this high risk world, so hopefully... Oh shit. I was about to say, so hopefully I don't run into any PKers, but... Jesus Christ. Okay, I still want to stay in the high risk world. Maybe that was just a fluke. But oh, I really don't want to see any PKers here, dude. If there's one spot I don't want to see PKers, it's here. So I'm going to hope for a safe and quiet Scorpia session where I get every single drop that I want. Is anyone in here? No. Okay, it's time to start killing it. Each one of these doses is going to last for 6 minutes. So each potion is what, 24 minutes times 5 potions. That's 100. That's like 2 hours, right? No math expert, but hopefully I can go undetected for at least 2 hours. I have 2 hours of barrage casts, I think, so that should be good there. I'm actually like nervous right now. This is this is like getting to me. Even when I died, I was like shocked, but I wasn't like stressed. I'm like really stressed right now. I'm praying that I can spoon the drops and get out of here. First kill, please. A rune pickaxe. That's actually a pretty good drop. I'm gonna put that in my looting bag. And it's dead. Kill number 4. Oh, yes! Oh, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Mystic Row bottom. Oh, let's go. Yes, dude. That is so good. Plus 15 magic attack. That is so good. That's like having an extra staff. Oh, I'm so happy I got like drop early. Oh, I want to spoon the Mal Shard so bad now. If I at any point I get the Mal Shard, I think I'm just gonna leave. While I risk 1 bill at Scorpia, a quick word from today's sponsor. I am running around the wilderness with 1 billion gold in my pocket. In game, I am not very financially responsible. Thankfully, in real life, I have Rocket Money, today's sponsor. Rocket Money is a personal finance app where you can manage your subscriptions, lower bills, make budgets, and grow your savings all in one place. We all have signed up for a free trial of a product just to test it out, and then we forget to cancel it, and then we end up paying for subscriptions that we don't even use. Rocket Money will show you exactly what subscriptions you have going on, and it will give you ways to cancel them right inside the app with just a few taps. Rocket Money also takes a look at your bills and helps you find ways to save. They will actually attempt to negotiate your bills for you. Internet, cable, phone bills, let their negotiators try and get you the best possible rate. You don't even need to talk to anyone, which I know for a lot of us is a major plus. Rocket Money customers save up to $740 a year when you use all of the app's premium features. They can also help you set customized budgets with their in-depth budgeting system, helping you find optimal ways to save money. I think everyone should at least give this a try. You can't really go wrong budgeting and trying to save a little bit more money. Rocket Money is free to download, and you can get a free premium trial when you sign up with my link. So go to rocketmoney.com/pip or scan the QR code. Thanks again to Rocket Money for sponsoring today's video. Ooh, okay, this isn't as exciting as Mystic, but it's still a pretty decent upgrade. This thing is almost as good as an Ancient Staff. If I remember correctly, I think it's plus 14 mage attack, so it's basically as good as a Mystic Bottom. I had to go bank, but now is a good time to check. Our mage attack is at 44 now, so we've almost doubled it pretty much. Ooh, that is spicy. The Dragon Two-Hander Sword, was that 11? The first board item from Scorpia, although it's kind of useless. But it's still a board item. Yes, dude. Oh my god. That is such a good sight. Oh my god, that is so nice to see. Okay, I'm actually... I can't believe it. That's like the one drop I wanted to spoon in this whole thing. Oh my god. Okay, I can leave after this session. I was so scared I was gonna go super dry and I would spend like 20 or 30 hours just trying to get this malediction shard, and I would end up dying. Oh, but I can leave and I can log out and show Scorpia on the high scores. This is the last Scorpia kill I will do for a very long while. Get me the hell out of here. Oh, and I got Dwarf Weeds. Those are good for range potions later down the line. Okay, get me the hell out. Dude, spirits are so high right now. I've been riding this high for the past hour of doing Scorpia. We managed to not die, and look at the loot in the looting bag. The malediction ward, bro. Oh my god, it's so good. I'm not kidding. If there was one item I could spoon this whole challenge, that might be it. Oh, doing Scorpia with like no brews or any way to tank a team is really scary. And we didn't even run into a single PKer. We managed to come out with some good mage upgrades too. We didn't get a mystic top, but I'm pretty happy with the outcome, you could say. We're gonna buy some alks to alk all of these drops in our looting bag, and then buy more runes, and I think we're gonna try to just complete the shield, because the shield is crazy good. This is pip editing. I was too excited to even mention that it is also a board item, so we're at 12 out of 62. All right, let's destroy the bag, and I think I have a ton of stuff to alk. I should be able to buy a good amount of runes for the Chaos Fanatic or Crazy Arc or whatever. Looting bag on the first rat. Love to see that. We have a ton of random junk to put in the bag. It's kind of filling up quickly. I bought about 1,300 casts of Blitz. I think the plan right now is to just try to complete that Malediction shield, because the mage attack and defense are just too good. So I really want to try to complete it. So we're going to go Blitz the Crazy Archaeologist and hunt for those Malediction shards. While I run down to the Crazy Archaeologist, I want to share with you guys a crazy statistic. 80% of my viewers aren't subscribed to me. I'm a RuneScape player. I love seeing the number go up. It's free and you can unsubscribe at any time, so it would mean a lot if you subscribed. Okay, thanks. Back to the video. God, I can't believe how good the vibes are right now. I didn't die at Scorpia, I spooned the shard. This guy feels like a reward after like a hard day's work, because this guy is going to be really easy. I'm not going to get attacked here, and even if I do, I should be able to escape. And he drops some really impactful stuff that should be pretty easy to get, like a rune crossbow, red de-eyed body, amulet of power, and of course the 2 shards. First kill, can I spoon something? Coins, damn it. Well, there's a lot of stuff that'll go in my looting bag from this. My looting bag is kind of filling up really fast, so I've got to do something about that, but I don't know what. Ooh, on the second kill, another upgrade. This one is actually pretty damn good because it's magic attack and defense, plus 6 in both. So that is extremely good. We are slowly climbing up the magic attack ladder. We're halfway to triple digits. Oh, that's rarer than a shard, but I don't know. I'm in such a good mood after Scorpia that doesn't even make me mad. Hey, there they are. Rune crossbows. It's kind of funny that this rune crossbow is like this boss's most iconic drop instead of like its unique drops like the fedora or shards. But we do not have bolts, so we can't even use it yet, but I have a plan for that much later. Ugh, another longbone, which is rarer than the shards. I'm gonna run out of casts. I did not think getting the red de-eyed body would take this long. I just wanted the crossbow, body, and power ammy before I leave. And it looks like we're going dry on the red de-eyed body, which sucks because that was like the most important one I wanted to get. In fact, I might just go buy some more casts after making a bit of money and just not leave here without it. No. Yes, but no. Oh, the odium shard too. Oh, it looks good on the ground. I'm surprised it's worth over $1 mil. 1.5 mil, that's weird. But that is another piece of the board. We're at 13. We're almost double what we were in episode 1 on the first run. Okay, that is gonna have to be the last kill. Muddy key. I do need to save some barrage runes so that I can barrage people to escape, so I can't just run out of cast. So I think I'm gonna go to the Revenant caves, and I only need to make a tiny bit of money, so I don't want to do agility. And then buy more runes and come here till I get the red de-eyed body. Yes! Oh my god, yes, yes, yes. This is what I wanted from Revenants. Obviously, I want the wieldy weapon, but a dragon dagger... Oh, that one, a looting bag. Dragon dagger is like the second best drop, surely. Look at this thing. Come on, big spec. Oh, a 43 damage spec. I'm going to PK in this series eventually, and I need a dragon dagger. Oh, it's so nice to have, man. It's kind of rare from these, too. That is beautiful. A very successful Revenant trip, and we have 500 casts of Blitz. It's really not that rare, so I should be able to get it within these 500. Yes, okay. That was way harder than it should have been, but this is the most important drop from this boss besides the Malediction Shard. I was trying the step back method with melee and used all my food, so I have none left. That's Trust me, I can kill this boss without taking damage. But let's get out of here. Look at this though. We are at 50 magic attack, 50 magic defense. We can go up to 86 with this red d'hide body. We're almost in the triple digits. Magic defense is also very important, probably the second most important stat in this series. And I'm kind of starting to finally feel like I'm not running around just naked. I have a lot of gear slots. They're not like amazing gear, and I can still upgrade a lot of them, but I'm not completely naked. It's time for a complete change of pace. We've done a lot of killing bosses and hunting drops in this video, and it's time to go for a bunch of guaranteed drops. We are about to go to the promised land for this challenge. This place is going to be so useful and resourceful for this whole series. One of the problems with the wilderness is that it's a giant barren wasteland, and there's not a bunch of monsters with these big drop tables that accounts like mine that are heavily area restricted rely on to be able to do a lot of stuff, like getting a hammer for smithing or like a knife for fletching. And the wilderness just doesn't have a lot of monsters that drop random stuff like that, besides one place. The Wilderness God Wars Dungeon. This place is so useless for 90% of players, but for me, this is a treasure trove of monsters and drop tables. I will be coming here a lot throughout this challenge and killing a bunch of random monsters for a very niche items. It is multi, but no one really PKs here, so I don't think I'll die unless I get hunted, but can't really track my XP to this place, and I won't be here for long periods of time, so I feel pretty safe here. This is kind of like heaven for me. It's so useful and so safe. I say that as I'm getting pounded by monsters. I just need a quick hammer from these imps. That's the first drop I'm getting from here. And then we're gonna head up north to the Avian Seas. Okay, there we go. Hammer drop. I will probably have to get this drop a lot. It's not worth keeping in my looting bag because it's so easy to get. But let's go up north to these Avian Seas. These are how I'm going to get bolts. These are the only thing in the wilderness that drop feathers. And with the hammer I just got from imps, I can smith bolts from the Addy bar drops and use those feathers to make bolts. So we can have Addy bolts for our rune crossbow. So this is like an infinite supply of bolts, but it's probably going to be pretty slow. You also have to range them. I kept these rune knives from Crazy Arc just for this purpose, just to get a few feathers so I can get bolts to kill more Avian Seas. We're going to be here a while. I want to get to 1,000 bolts. Ooh, 5, we high rolled. These drop 1 to 5 feathers, so 5 is the most they can drop. And those are probably the first feathers of the so many, I imagine, because I'm gonna have to get bolts from here so often. And there's the second drop. The Addy bars are what we need for bolts. Now we have everything we need. We have the bars, the feathers, and the hammer. We got 29 feathers from those 20 knives. And we are out of knives and can't kill anymore because we don't have a ranged weapon, but we can make our first bolts of the account. We can unnote these bars at this shop, and then there's an anvil very close by. I think it's probably the safest anvil in the wilderness too. I'm once again running around with no food, but I really don't expect to run into anyone here. And here we go, the first bolts of the account. This is exciting. A rune crossbow with bolts is by far the most powerful we have been on this account so far. 10 Addy bolts. Over the next day, I killed hundreds and hundreds of Avian Seas, getting 1 to 5 feathers at a time and getting a ton of Addy bars, making bolts and then using those bolts to kill more Avian Seas. You don't profit a ton of bolts, but after about 10 hours, I had 1,000 feathers and could make 1,000 bolts. Oh my god, finally, 1,000 bolts have been made. That took literally all day, and these bolts, I probably wouldn't even take a day to use these. That is such a process. Let's put the hammer in the bag for now. We're probably just gonna get it back out pretty soon. The bag is already half full. I have space for the hammer now, but I probably won't in the future. Anyways, it's time to move on to the next boss. The Chaos Fanatic is what I got all these bolts for. All 3 of these demi-bosses have such good drop tables for just some base starter loot, so I'm looking for a split bark top from the Chaos Fanatic. We are back at the Fountain of Rune casting Humidify. These dwarf weeds are going into ranging potions, which should help quite a bit for the Chaos Fanatic. It's time to teleport up. This is my inventory. I don't think I'm going to get attacked here. Oh, I get to wear my max cape, which is really nice. It has the ranging cape perk, which is like an Ava's, so I will save a bunch of bolts and not have to go pick them up at least. And I'm gonna drag him all the way over here, and I can kill him pretty safely right next to the KBD gate. If I get attacked, I really only have to tank 1 or 2 freezes. This isn't a very hotly checked spot either. None of the demi-bosses really are. So I think this is going to be pretty chill. First kill, and oh my god, that was slow, and we get coins. This boss is so much tankier than I thought, or maybe just the red d'hide and crossbow are not enough accuracy. I barely hit on this thing. This is by far the slowest out of the 3 demi-bosses to kill. Oh, and I have to prep all of those bolts, and I'm just wasting them by hitting zeros. This kind of sucks. Ooh, okay, but that doesn't suck. It's on the second kill, I get an ancient staff. That is super nice. It's only +1 over the Mystic Earth Staff, but it has autocast capabilities, which is super nice, especially for when I go back to Scorpia or Crazy Archaeologist, where I have to just manually cast Blitz all the time. That is actually a super nice drop. Ooh, oh shit. Oh no, he's running after me. Run! Okay, that's the first PK I've seen at any of the demi-bosses. Kind of scary, but I'm gonna keep going. Oh, the legs. I'm really hunting the split bark top, a very underused mage top. It makes me think of Barkmac in All-Stars. Each piece is 1 in 25, so it shouldn't be too hard to get. Oh my god, another legs. Are we gonna go like triple drop rate like we did with the red D'hide body? Yes, there we go. Split bark body. And it's in my looting bag. God damn it. All right, well, once we get that out, we'll get a big bonus to our magic attack, which is, again, like the most important thing for me. Oh, shit, that guy looks scary. I recognize that name, too. I am going to call it there, I think. I think that guy knows who I am. I need to go get this split bark body out of the looting bag. We are looking like a beast. We've gotten so many upgrades. We're at 61 magic attack, which has like almost tripled maybe from the 20s that we were in earlier this episode. We've still got a couple empty gear slots to fill out, but I think we've made great progress this episode. We're at, I think, 13 out of 62 on the board, and I'm gonna go prepare for a secret activity, so I will see you in the next episode. Just a reminder that there are now Slayer hoodies at piphoodies.com. This was by far the most requested thing, and if you want to request a hoodie, leave it in the comments.